Let us continue with midpoint formula. Now this time the question is, find the coordinates of the points which divide line segment AB into 4 equal parts. Point A is -2, 2, let's mark point A, and point B is 2, 8. Now this segment AB is to be divided into 4 equal parts. Now remember, when we mark one midpoint, divide the segment into 2 equal parts. So if I want 4 equal parts, I should mark 3 points on segment AB. Let's mark those 3 points. P, Q and R. These are the 3 points on segment AB which will divide the segment into 4 equal parts. AP, PQ, QR and RB. All these segments are equal and we need to find the coordinates of these points. Which points? P, Q and R. So in this sum, we need to find out 3 answers. Coordinate of P, coordinate of Q and coordinate of R. Okay, let us find out how many midpoints are there in this figure. In this figure, we have got AP is equal to PQ. So P is a midpoint of AQ. Similarly, Q is a midpoint of PR and R is a midpoint of segment QB. But when we look at carefully, according to given condition, point Q is also the midpoint of segment AB. So Q happens to be the midpoint of 2 segments, smaller segment PR and also bigger segment AB. But since we know the coordinates of A and B, we begin with Q as a midpoint of segment AB, where A coordinates are x1, y1 and B coordinates are x2, y2. Since we have got a midpoint, which formula do we apply? The answer for that is midpoint formula. So let us take A as x1, y1 and B as x2, y2. Therefore, by midpoint formula, Q coordinates we can find it easily. Let us write it down. It should be -2 plus 2 upon 2, comma 2 plus 8 upon 2. This will give us -2 and plus 2 is 0 and 0 upon 2 is also 0. 2 plus 8 is 10, 10 upon 2 will be 5, so we got first answer. Q coordinates 0, 5. Now after getting Q coordinates, we can easily find the coordinates of P and R. How come? Because P is a midpoint of segment AQ. Since we got midpoint for the second time, let us apply midpoint formula. For midpoint formula, we need point A as x1, y1 and point Q as x2, y2. So by midpoint formula, let us find the coordinates of point P. It should be -2 plus 0 upon 2, comma 2 plus 5 upon 2. Let's see what do we get the answer. -2 upon 2 will be -1 and comma 7 upon 2. That's the coordinates of point P, -1, comma 7 upon 2. Now which coordinates are remaining? It is point R. What information do we know? Point R is a midpoint of segment QB. So third time in the same sum, we are going to apply midpoint formula, where Q coordinates will be x1, y1 and B coordinates will be x2, y2. So therefore, by midpoint formula, R coordinate should be 0 plus 2 upon 2, comma 5 plus 8 upon 2. So what is the answer? 2 upon 2, that is 1, comma 13 upon 2. That is coordinates of point R, 1, 13 upon 2. So in this way we calculated coordinates of point P, point Q and point R.